Okay, here's another one. Zach Miller. So last year it was tantalizing, right? Like we thought that this was finally going to be the year that Zach would race Hardrock and there'd be theatrics and fireworks and something crazy would happen. Something crazy did happen. He had to have an emergency appendicitis and didn't show up to the race, but he's back this year, right? Like,
Yep.
I'm assuming he's a Dale's pick. Again, you don't like see the inner workings of that on the lottery live stream, but assuming he is, thoughts there.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's one of those ones where it had to happen. It had to be a Dale's pick if Zach wanted to come back and do Hardrock, because now it's like a 2-year project in the making where the race didn't happen. We know he was in just otherworldly good shape. Question I have is like, what did he learn from last year's training block? Because you can take a lot of learnings from the training block, even if you don't race.
Yeah.
What's he going to recreate for this year? What's he going to build upon? What's he going to, do less of? He now has an opportunity to make even further refinements and tweaks and change things. So, I imagine even if Zach raced Hardrock last year and he's racing it again this year, this year's he's setting it up to be better in my book. So, I'm really excited to see appendix free Zach Miller 2.0 on the Hardrock course. And now he can go just he can throw caution to the wind, because anyone out there on the start line with an appendix, they have just the looming thought of like, what if my appendix bursts right now in the mountains or the week leading up to it? Zach doesn't have to worry about that anymore.
Yeah.
He's in an elite club of people who just no longer have to worry about their appendix. I think George Washington was like that. Ryan Gelfie.
Yeah, that's true.
To name a few.
It's funny. I was as people's names were getting picked, a few minutes, hours later, I'd hop on social media and check stories and stuff, and you'd see, people who got selected exploding head emoji, freaking out. And I go over to Zach's profile, and enough time has passed, and the only stuff on his story is just photos of him hanging drywall for his new house in Bend, Oregon. And I'm like, man, this guy has such a healthy relationship with the sport. Like, he's got so many other cool things going on in his life, and I know he's been banged up. Even setting aside the appendix thing, post Hardrock, I think he might have been trying to either, there was speculation that he was going to solo the course soft rock style. He was going to do Leadville. He was going to do UTMB, something. But so the injuries, I think, got in the way in training. So also curious to know, like, is that all fixed? Because, there was that stretch. I mean, we've been lucky to have, I guess, another version of Zach 2.0 with us the last 2 or 3 years, because there was that stretch from like 2019 to 21 where it's like, did we just see the last of Zach? Like, he had to have that Hagelin surgery and stuff like that. So hoping he's healthy too, hoping that starting basically now he can get back into to good training and stuff. Yeah.
And I'm really excited that, it's not a gimme putt for Zach Miller at all, because he's got like reigning champ, course record holder Ludo. He's got Germain. He's got Matthew Blanchard. That just knowing that those people are also training as hard as they can for this race it's just gonna, it's gonna throw Zach into, just the gnarliest Rocky training montage, through March, April, May, June.